Hello everybody, welcome back. So we're just gonna have a look at VRA here on the weekly versus Bitcoin. So this is this is one of the alts that I've been watching since the May crash and waiting to get in on this because I had a feeling that previous volatility will enter this and it'll actually do really well. So it's been one of the biggest positions I've bought since the May drop. It might actually have been the biggest position that I've taken on. And I'm pretty happy with it, but I can't believe that I overlooked something on here, which is it's one of my favourite signals. I've been too busy scratching around looking at I suppose daily charts really, and not even recognised something unbelievable. So for those who like the Ichimoku Cloud, like myself, on the weekly especially, we've got one of these conversion baseline crosses down here. So as this candle body closed and this one opened, this signal began. And the way that this would be played is that you would buy here, which is obviously a fair way away from where we are right now. We're 84% to the price action where we're at right now, basically just short of 100% from that signal. And this is your entry point, and your exit point would be when the blue crosses the red, so a negative cross, or when the Chiku span touches the price action. Until that happens, this trend is in play and should continue. Now we're punching our previous all-time high. We just made one today. We're also at the top of the Bollinger Band as well, so I would imagine that a consolidation, even if it's just a short one, should be on the cards. We're not particularly overextended on the money flow index. Previously our previous highs over here and here, we never got that massively overextended, and so we can consolidate at lower levels on the money flow index. But we are turning up very nicely, pretty much on all of these oscillators here. So I'm quite happy to allow it just to let this ride. And again, this is versus Bitcoin, so it's 100% gain from the signal to where we are right now. But the exit signal hasn't been created yet. Now this is a weekly chart, so it's going to be very lagging, but I still would expect this to continue. So if we've got a pitchfork in here from the top to the bottom, and just this week we actually retested it perfectly on the middle bottom area here. So this means, in my opinion, that we're not likely to break down below here. So that's what, 7,660 sats. That would be, I suppose this is just this week's. Next week's will be a little bit higher. So this I'm hoping will remain a support, and we will play this pitchfork for the trend itself. So I'm very bullish on this, even at this stage now, where since my entry point, it's done a 4x. I've taken my investment out plus some, so the rest is just profit, which I'm just going to let ride. And that's my usual procedure, I suppose, with any of these type of trades. Once you've done a 3, 4, 500% move, it's especially on something like this, which is technically quite small cap. I mean, the volume's massive on it now, but it wasn't when I bought it. But it takes the edge off the trade. Your investment's out, you've got some profit as well that you've taken out, and the rest can just ride. And this does honestly look like it can ride quite high. If we're basing this just on the pitchfork all the way up to the end of the year, let's just the most bullish perspective that you could put on this. Let's just say the market tops out around January. We're talking 24,000 sats, right? And that's just if we play within the pitchfork. Now this isn't really any way to gauge where it's going to go from here. So that's another 175%. That's not it shouldn't be astonishing to anybody to imagine that is where we're going to go. But you've got to bear in mind that this is versus Bitcoin. Where is Bitcoin going to be during that period of time? Probably a bit higher than where it is right now. I think it's reasonable to suggest that is likely the case. It doesn't have to be, but what I'm trying to say is that this is a trend on a weekly that's been confirmed and should continue until we get one of those exit signals. The exit signal won't get you out at the top, and the exit signal only really counts for those who got in either at the entry point or below. So I'm okay to allow this to play, and I hope that it will continue, and it should continue. But we are at resistance right now, so I'm not a financial advisor. Obviously this isn't financial advice, and I wouldn't suggest anybody buy something like this, but especially when we've just come up to and made a brand new all-time high versus Bitcoin. I think it would be a bit of a dangerous situation to play. But for those of you who did get in at 4,800 sats or below, I think this is probably going to be a decent ride for you, and it should be for me. It's like I say, I would expect a bit of a consolidation just from the size of the moves that have happened recently, but I'm very pleased with the way that this whole thing's playing out. Pretty confident that this has got further to go, and it could be one of those things that will blow even my expectations out the water. I am known, I suppose, as quite a conservative trader, very I suppose always on the back foot, which is why I've already taken out my investment with profit, so I can allow this to do whatever it wants and not really particularly get too afraid of it going down or whatever. Anyway, I thought I'd leave it with you there. It's a very interesting setup, a very good signal, very strong signal, and yeah, I'm very, very pleased with that. Even though I missed this, 3 weeks ago when it was formed, can't believe that I overlooked that signal. But even so, I got in lower than that, which is fine. But I should have noticed that, and I should have spoken about it at the time. So let's just see how this one plays out. In my opinion, I think it's going to play out very well. I think it will probably it'll surprise me. From between now until the beginning of next year, I think I will actually, I'll be pretty surprised with how high it's likely to go, which is why I'm happy just to leave it. Because like I say, it's all profit at this stage now. So me personally don't have that much to worry about. But I'm not suggesting anybody buy it. But for those who are in it, I congratulations. I think we're on the right side of a really good trade here. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.